Alright guys, welcome back. So let's start and implement our keyboard hint method. Cool. Okay, so first off, we are going to need a reference to our secret word, because to gray out a key, we need to make sure that this letter, the letter that is contained in the keyboard key, is not in the secret word. So let's create a new string for our secret word, and it's going to be equals to the word manager .instance.get secret word. Awesome. Then we don't want to gray out a key that has already been grayed out before. So if the secret word is Udemy and the player writes bread, for instance, the letter B is not in the secret word. It will be grayed out. So we don't want to gray out again the letter B. It will feel like unfair to the player, you know? So we need to make a list of the keys that haven't been grayed out yet. So for that, we are going to create a new list of keyboard keys. So keyboard key, okay. And let's call them untouched keys, for instance, equals new list of keyboard key. Awesome. So to populate this list, we are going to loop through all of the keys. So keys.length. And check if the key has been touched or not. So if it's valid potential or invalid, it means that it has been touched. So we shouldn't store it in the untouched keys list, okay? So let's check if the keys index I dot is untouched. Then we can add it to the untouched keys array or list. Keys.I, keys index I, sorry. Like so. Okay, cool. So now we need to add a isUntouched method to the keyboard key class. So let's open it like so. And this is why we've added the non-enum previously. Okay, so if the key is untouched, the validity should be none. So let's create a new method for that. It's going to return a boolean and it's going to be isUntouched. Like so, sorry. Ah, come on. Okay, cool. So let's return validity equals validity.none. Perfect. Let's jump back to our hint manager. Nice. So at this point, we can add a comment. At this point, we have a list of all the untouched keys. Perfect. So amongst these untouched keys, we need to make a new list, or maybe just remove the ones that are in the secret word, just to have a list of the untouched keys that are not in the secret word. Got it? Like imagine if the U from Udemy was in the untouched keys, but it is contained in the word. We shouldn't gray it out. So let's add a small comment just to make sure we know where we are heading. So let's remove the ones that are in the secret word to avoid graying them out. Okay, so let's create a new list, because when working with loops, if we are looping through the untouched keys, it's better not to touch these untouched keys, okay? So let's create a new list of keyboard key, and it's gonna be maybe a temporary array of untouched keys. And it's gonna be a new list of keyboard keys, and we can initialize it with the untouched keys. So this way, it's just a copy of the untouched keys, but even though we change something on this new list, it won't affect the untouched keys list, okay? Perfect. After that, we can loop through the untouched keys. So from 0 to untouched keys.count and check if the secret word contains the current letter we are checking. So it's going to be untouched keys index I.getLetter. So if the secret word contains that letter, we want to remove it from the untouched keys temporary array or temporary list. So we're going to simply write remove untouched keys I.get letter. Okay, sorry, untouched keys, not get letter, because we need to remove a keyboard key, not a letter. And yeah, so now at this point, again, at this point, we have a list of all the keys, all of the untouched keys not contained into the secret word. Perfect. So now we simply need to select a random one amongst these keys and gray it out. That's pretty cool. But before that, let's check if we have at least one. So if the temporary array of untouched keys count is less than 1, so maybe less or equals to 0, then we need to return. We don't want to go further because it means that we don't have any more available keys. Okay? So now let's select a random one. So integer random key index equals random.range from 0 to temporary array.count. Okay. After that, we can select that key, so t untouched keys of that index, and set it invalid. And yeah, we're pretty much done now. That was a big method, but I hope you got it. If you don't get it, please make sure to leave a comment, let me know, and I'll do my best to explain as best as I can. Okay? Okay, let's jump back to Unity. We can hit play. So we know that our secret word is Udemy. So when pressing the keyboard hint button, we should gray out a letter that is not contained in the word Udemy. So let's try. Awesome. So now we can't go any further because all of the letters left are contained in the word Udemy. So let's write Udemy quickly. Perfect. Awesome. And it's working pretty well, as you can see. Nice. In the next lesson, let's see how we can implement the letter hint method now. So let's go.